When my uncle passed away back in 2018, he left me something truly special: 28 acres of peaceful, beautiful woodland. It had a little creek running through it, a cozy cabin, and a simple gravel driveway. This driveway wasn't just any path, it was my only way in and out, connecting my land to the main thoroughfare, Old Mill Road. For a couple of years, everything was perfect. It was my private escape, my slice of heaven. Then, Craig happened. Craig was the newly elected HOA president, a retired military guy who seemed a little too in love with his new authority. Within a few months of him taking over, things started to change. He had the road repaved, which was fine, but then he installed surveillance cameras everywhere. The final straw was the massive, imposing steel gate he put up, blocking the road completely. And guess who didn't get a key, a code, or any kind of pass? Me. I was locked out of my own property. I called him, trying to be reasonable, and explained that this was my only access. His response was, "I scored this road is for residents only." He said, I reminded him that I was a resident, or at least, my property was right there. He just laughed. That laugh ... That was the moment I knew this wasn't a misunderstanding. This was a power play, and if he wanted a war, I was ready to give him one. I immediately got my lawyer involved. We spent weeks, maybe even months, buried in the county records office. We sifted through decades of old maps, property plats, and dusty deeds. It was a painstaking process, but we were determined. And then, we found it. We struck gold. A tiny, almost forgotten detail in an old survey map showed that the very section of the road where Craig had built his precious gate was untouchedly HOA property. It was sitting on an old easement that belonged to my family land. My uncle had never sold off. The HOA had paved and gated a road on property they didn't even own. We took them to court, and the look on Craig's face when my lawyer presented the evidence was priceless. The judge didn't waste any time. He ordered the gate to be removed immediately. But I wasn't finished. They had blocked my access, caused me stress, and cost me a fortune in legal fees. So I made them pay. The HOA, realizing they were completely in the wrong, decided to settle. They paid me $19,000 for damages and legal costs. And the best part, they now have to pay me a $500 monthly lease fee to continue using the section of the road that sits on my land. Craig called me greedy. I called it justice. 6 months later, the other homeowners, tired of his antics and the financial fallout, voted him out of his presidential seat. So now, every single month, I get a check from the HOA, and I cash it with a huge smile. It's a reminder to never let someone's arrogance block your path. Sometimes, the best revenge is owning the very road they tried to close on you. If you enjoyed this story of karma working its magic, please hit that like button, subscribe for more, and maybe share it with someone who appreciates a good victory. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.